Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam v'kol nehiyah v'baro. Question of the day is, where's the second? האם מותר לברך שהחיינו בימי ספירת העומר על פרי חדש או על בגד חדש? What I'm going to try to do is connect the halakha to the shiur for Lag BaOmer. Make a little bit of a connection. Are you allowed to make the blessing of shehechiyanu during the omer? Shehechiyanu is made when you buy a new car, or maybe a new suit, depends what brings you happiness, a new fruit that you haven't had. לכאורה, יש ללמוד דין זה ממה שכתב מרן שולחן ערוך, שטוב להיזהר שלא לומר ברכת shehechiyanu על פרי חדש או על מבוש חדש בין המסרים. We know the halakha Shulchan Aruch, so it's something that everyone should know, okay? It's always important, it's going to sound very simple, but it's always important to know what's in Shulchan Aruch and what's not in Shulchan Aruch, especially for us religious people. So, Shulchan Aruch brings down the 3 weeks, but Shulchan Aruch doesn't bring down the omer like as much as the 3 weeks. So, shehechiyanu, it's not written by the omer. Manan Shulchan doesn't write. He doesn't say during the omer don't make shehechiyanu. During the 3 weeks he says that. The 3 weeks is a days of pain and sorrow for the destruction of the Beit HaMikdash. How could you say shehechiyanu during a period of time where it's a time of sorrow, which is the 3 weeks? These are days of troubles for the Jewish people. They're talking about the Shiva Asar B'Tammuz until Tisha B'Av. If this is true, so too during the Omer, Sheminhag Yisrael shelo le'istaper le'ot Evel al 24,000 תלמידי רבי עקיבא שכולם נשרפו בשנה אחת מפסח ועד פירות עצרת. During the Omer, which we have a custom to do some mourning, which we don't take, shaving, a lot of people don't, which is nice to do, and haircuts, which is even better to not do, and we don't do music during the Omer, so we're already mourning during the Omer, so too maybe we should take on the shehechiyanu regulation. And therefore, Rav Hai Gaon says this, and he talks about the mourning period of the Omer, and everything was Hak Eben Giat, and the Sefer Pades. And Mashur Haruch says straight out, during the Omer, it's a time of mourning for the students of Rabbi Akiva. Maybe we should not say shehechiyanu during these days. Maybe also, the days of the Omer are also days of judgment and days of problems. Maybe it should be just like what stopped? Okay, so maybe at the first 33 days. Maybe the first 33 days. For some people, the Gemara doesn't say when the Magifa happens. So when it happened, we hold the first 33 days. Whatever you hold, so then add shehechiyanu. Add the shehechiyanu that you can't say shehechiyanu. Add that to the list, just like the 3 weeks. Ula, yeah. All right. In other words, like this. We know the 3 weeks are days of sa'ad and puranut. It's days of problems and sorrow. Is the Omer also days of sorrow and puranut? That's the question. It seems to have a lot in common. Let's either way. And I get a lot of phone calls from people asking me so many halachot that have to do with the 3 weeks during the Omer. Everyone mixes it up. No, I'm talking about the 3 weks of Shiva Asar B'Tammuz, Shiva Asar B'Tammuz until Tisha B'Av. Everyone mixes it up. And are they correct that they should mix it up? They're really the same thing. Twice a year, we have a very sad mourning time. Or are they completely different? After you think about it, there's a big difference between these 2 days. כי ימי בין המצרים שיראו בהם חורבן בית המקדש ושאר פורענויות. During the 3 weeks, bad things actually happened. The temples were destroyed and other things. הם ימי אסון כללי לעם ישראל בכללו. They're very scary days for us. וממילא אין מקום לברך shehechiyanu וקיימנו לזמן הזה בזמן שנועד לפורענות לכל האומה. You cannot, it's a national trouble period. The days of the 3 weeks. And how could you say shehechiyanu? Thank you, Hashem, that you brought me to this day when this day is not a great day. It's a day, it's a time of trouble. The 3 weeks is a days of crying for all the generations. And we pile on all the horrible things on the bad days about Yemei Sefirah, but the days of the omer. It's not maybe days of sorrow and trouble. The Adrabah, maybe it's the opposite, according to the very famous. Who says this? Very, very famous thing. That the omer is basically the Chol Moed of Sukkot, of Pesach. Everyone knows this. No? Where's Yuval when I need him? It's very famous that the Atzeret, there are 2 days called Atzeret.
Yeah. Sukkot, Shmini Atzeret, Shavuot.
Right, so Atzeret is the last day of the holiday.
Yeah, so there are those who say that this period is like...
Yeah, so you do know. I told you.
I know.
It's so famous, the Ramban, with the Nun. It's like one of his classics.
Yeah, I know the same.
Okay. And therefore, we hold that the days of Sefirah is almost like a holiday. And check out the Zohar and the Sefer Magid Mesharim. וכן העלה להלכה הגאון רבי מרדכי כרמי in the Sefer Ma'amar Mordechai להטיל לברך shehechiyanu. So therefore, he says you could make shehechiyanu because it is a good day. ושכן המנהג, that's the custom. וכן פסק הגאון רבי יצחק למ פרונטי. I know the Sefer better. Sefer Pachat Yitzhak. I just don't know how to say his name. Lam Parunti. The Sefer Pachat Yitzhak. And agreeing with him is Hagon Rabbi Daniel Tirani in the Sefer Ikarei Daat. And he testifies, this is the custom in all the Jewish communities, and he brings other sources, Mishak Palaji, etc. If you were strict and you did not make shehechiyanu during these times, because you thought that was the halakha, like the 3 weeks, you don't even need hatarat nadarim because it was just a mistaken custom you had. If you know something and you take it upon yourself, you need hatarat. If you literally thought this is the halakha, that doesn't need hatarat nadarim.
You're not vowing, you were thinking that you're actually playing.
And you weren't. Right. Even if you knew it was allowed, but you were mahmid, also, because it's also a mistake. You just didn't know it well enough. There's no fence here. No one says you cannot make shehechiyanu during the omer.
Yeah, because achmara actually exist, and you have the option to be machmir or not machmir. But this is almost like you're machmir on a non-existent.
It's not hal. There's no halut. It's explained right in the Gemara Yerushalmi. She'atid adam litan din v'cheshbon al ma she'ra'ata eino v'lo achal. If you saw a good fruit, the Yerushalmi says, and you didn't eat it and enjoy it, Hashem should say, why don't you enjoy the fruit I made for you? Like a good Jewish mother, yeah? Why don't you eat your food? You're supposed to give Hashem thank you for this beautiful fruit. Hashem made this thing for you to honor him. So why don't you enjoy? You withheld for the whole omer from delicious fruits that someone brought you because you thought it was a time of sorrow. That's for fruits. But when it comes to clothing, wearing brand new clothing, טוב לחוש ממידת החסידות למה שכתב הגאון רבי יוסף יוספה in the Sefer Yosef Omes. You want to be strict, it's good too for clothing, because Rabbi Yosef Yusfa writes, Shem Yom Rosh Chodesh Iyar ve'elach, from Rosh Chodesh Iyar and onward, Doagim la'achmir Shelo labosh beged hadash. The custom is not to wear new clothing. And Ken Katav Hagon Maran Harav Haim Palaji in the Sefer Moed Chol Hai, and his son Rabbi Yitzhak Palaji and Yafed Alev. She'en ha'oi leberech shehechiyanu abgadim hadashim ben sefirah. Clothing you should be more strict, they say, during the omer, but not fruit. Abal in the Sefer Lebushe Mordechai Katav she'af shebegalil ha'elyon in the upper hemisphere.
No, upper plains of Israel in the north.
No, it's Ashkenaz. It's Ashkenaz. It must be the northern hemisphere.
Galila is a place in Israel.
No, because it says in parentheses, Ashkenaz. Like, don't. He's talking about Germany. It must be talking about the upper hemisphere. It must be. Noagim la'ahmid shelo lelbosh beged hadash b'mei sefirah begelelut elu in our regions. Yesh noagim la'akil bazeh. We're lenient in it. You can't find one halacha that says you can't have a new clothing during the omer. In the Sefer Penei Mevin, if you need new clothes, so wear it on Shabbat if you want to be strict. And you do make shehechiyanu. It's mutar. So for sure, Shabbat in these days it's allowed. If there's a simcha going on, for sure, yesh le'akel bazeh b'pshitut. And Sefer Orchot Yosher agrees, and the Sefer Kemach Zolet ve'oda haronim ve'chen ikar. So you are allowed to make the beracha shehechiyanu in these days. These days may have elements of mourning, but it's not yemei sa'ad and puranut like the Ben Misarim. But after
it's a simcha that was painted by a simcha. So
this is halakha l'ma'aseh, but I want to throw a wrench in this. In the next shiur, maybe we'll give it another look the other way. But this is halakha l'ma'aseh. For the halakha purposes, it's a happy time, and now we'll talk about Lag BaOmer and maybe see a different element in it.